What's up, dude? When it comes to cooking up some tasty bacon, you are gonna hear different opinions from home cooks and chefs alike. And throughout my cooking career, I've always been taught to bake my bacon, which makes sense for restaurants, but doesn't make sense when you're cooking bacon at home. Today, I aim to put that debate to rest because we're gonna cook bacon 4 different ways and do a side-by-side taste test to see which one reigns supreme. Now let's go! For the first method, we're gonna start with what I learned how to do in restaurants, and that's simply baking it in the oven. Method number 1, sheet pan, parchment paper for easy cleanup, then simply lay your bacon across on the parchment paper, and we're just gonna bake this at 400 degrees Fahrenheit until it's crispy and done. It should take around 20 minutes, but it really depends how thick your bacon is. And my oven bacon took about 17 minutes exactly, actually, and it looks perfectly done. All you gotta do now is drain that off on some paper towel. Don't leave it sitting in the grease. And let's move on to the next method. For the second method, we're gonna be going with America's most popular piece of equipment ever, the air fryer, which is just a mini convection oven if you ask me, but it's clever marketing. And keep in mind that air frying method is going to be much quicker than baking in the oven. That should take about 12 minutes and be done, but I'll give you a final time when it comes out. Of course, has a lot to do with your air fryer. And for this, I'm going to preheat my air fryer to 375 degrees Fahrenheit and just simply lay my bacon in the bottom, and away we go. And remember, whenever you're air frying bacon, always find that bacon setting. Most air fryers these days have them because if you use the standard air fry setting, all that blowing and fan action is going to kick up a lot of that grease. It's going to hit your heating element. You're going to have a smoky mess, so just be sure you do that. It also depends on the air fryer itself. This one is really shallow. I love it because it has a lot of space, but it doesn't have a lot of up and down space, if you know what I mean. But if your air fryer does, you may be able to get away with the classic air fry setting. And that only took 8 minutes. All we need to do now is drain this off on some paper towel and move on to the others. Number 3, we're going back to Old Faithful. That's just pan frying bacon. I have high hopes for this one. Just the fact that it's sort of shallow fries in its own fat is only a good thing. So I just have a medium high heat pan, and in goes the bacon. You guys don't really need me to explain this, do you? And there we go, 2 minutes or so, but you gotta judge piece by piece. If it's not ready, it's not ready. We're going for crunch here. And then keep cooking till it's done to your liking. Some people like a little softer, some people like it a little crunchier. If you ask me, bacon should be crunchy. Another 2 or 3 minutes for that pan-fried bacon on the other side, and it's totally done. And for the fourth and experimental method I was talking about in the beginning of this video, we're gonna be deep frying our bacon. I've never actually done this, I don't think, but I have deep fried a lot of prosciutto, and that is incredible. It gets really bubbly and crispy and light. So let's see how it goes. I've got peanut oil here sitting at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We're just gonna lay in our bacon. Now let's see how splattery this gets. So far, so good. You know your bacon always is gonna have a little moisture. Whenever you're deep frying something, you'll see a lot of bubbles, right? That's the moisture evaporating. Once those bubbles subside, you know you're completely safe. There was no danger of this bubbling over. Actually, it was very easy. I mean, bacon is mostly pure fat anyway, so you're not gonna have that much moisture. And even after just about 3 minutes, this deep fried bacon looks pretty close to done. Definitely not taking long. So about 4.5 minutes total. You can see they've really curled up, but they look so consistent. Let's take them out and drain them off. Now, before tasting the bacon, if you ever get some chuckles, giggles, or laughs from this cooking channel, you're definitely gonna love my new gaming channel, That Dude Can Game. I'm having an absolute blast over there. There's a link to it in the corner of this video right now. It would mean the world to me if you go over there and subscribe and leave a comment on one of my videos, and I will get back to you myself as quick as I can. All right, Marcus, here we go. We got oven, air fry, pan fry, deep fry. Well, you know that because you just filmed it all. Let's start with oven. Honestly, this one looks really good. It looks just like how I like my bacon. Looks-wise, it looks absolutely great. Looks-wise, it looks absolutely great. On the snap test, it's got a little bit of crunch and a little bit of chew. It seems sort of like in between.
That's how I like my bacon.
You like it more chewy?
I just like it just crisp, a little bit of chew. I don't like it crumbly.
That's like 70% crisp, 30% chew, standard bacon, good stuff. Now the air fry one, interesting, it all curled up on one side, right? Each of these bacons has such a unique shape to it, right? Let's see. I would say, to me, it's chewier than the oven. It's not as crunchy as the oven one is. Which is interesting because it should have sat in more oil as it cooked.
I don't get it. Slightly different. This one's a little bit chewier. Nothing drastic, but a little different.
I honestly prefer the oven at this point.
Same.
The air fryer took about 8 minutes. Oven took about 17, 18. So yeah, there's that.
Guess if you have 10 minutes.
Dude, look at if we just take a closer look at the oven one, it has this wavy pattern. Whoa, what's going on? Whoa! It has that wavy pattern, and honestly, oh, dude, oh. The last piece of oven I just had was phenomenal. Tasted like crackling, like if you cooked a whole pork belly. Pan fry, the old faithful. I thought this was gonna be the best. I truly, really did. On the break test, you can definitely feel that this is the chewiest. Let's try.
Mine was the crispiest.
Really? Maybe it's just the bite you had, because the bite I had was the chewiest. Yeah, yours is crunchy. Try another one. Ooh, I got a little burn piece too. Here's what I noticed with pan fried. I guess it depends on the bacon too, but it doesn't cook consistently because it's just getting that heat from the bottom, and because it's curling up at the same time. You get some spots that are more done, some spots that are less done, and for some people that may be exciting, but look, I'm a chef, dude. I'm looking for consistency, and that's just not that consistent.
Of the three, this is my least favorite. And they're all close. They're not like one of, obviously I'd eat a million pieces of bacon from a pan, and then these ones, I don't know which one I've decided on.
Ollie, what do you think? He says yes. And here we go, deep fry. This one, on the crunch test, just breaking it apart with my hands is absolutely absurd. It feels very crunchy.
I don't like that.
Extremely crunchy, but it's lost all of its flavor to the oil, man. I'm taking this nice bacon and then deep frying it in oil. I don't know, it feels wrong.
Ew.
It works, but the flavor is not great, honestly.
Ruined it. It goes pure crumble and then just becomes a mush in your, like a bacon paste in your mouth. Just gross.
It is gross. For a reason, people aren't deep frying it. Just based off what we've seen here today, if I had to rank them from worst to best, I'm gonna say deep fry, number 4.
Obviously.
Pan fry, number 3.
Yup, surprising.
Air fry, number 2, and oven, number 1, dude. Yes, the chefs were right. Surprise, surprise. I mean, are we surprised? I don't know. Marcus, off to you.
I got nothing. These two are both great. Give me either one. If you don't have 10 minutes, just air fry it. Watch it. I feel like it could burn easier in there. Otherwise, eat bacon, baby.
Yeah, easy. Oven 2, easiest cleanup. I don't know. It's a good method. Nice, dude, that was very close. That's coming out of your check. Thanks for watching today, my friend, and if you're a fan of written recipes, definitely check out my Master in the Making ebook. It will be linked down in the description. You'll also find a link to my gaming channel down there. If you come here for humor, I know you'll love that channel, trust me. And if you like this type of video, we recently did some tests on a whole bunch of different bottled ranch and another one on homemade French fries. Until next time, you know I love you and I'm out!